Zach Cregger's Resident Evil reboot reportedly has practically nothing to do with the games. Again? Looks like, what's his face? You know, the messed up mutant that used to be the potential boyfriend for Mila Jovovich. Yeah, he doesn't look happy about this. Though the original Resident Evil movie starring Mila Jovovich, which is why I watched every last one of them, I did. Look, some of them they were okay. You know, they were always fun. The last one I didn't care for all that much. But, I mean, come on, it's Mila Jovovich. Anyway, it certainly found an audience. Yeah, me. For many fans of the long-running survival horror video game series, which I never played, we still haven't had a really great adaptation. Yeah, even I understood that. I knew some of that. And they did weave in some of the actual characters from the game here and there, but they were kind of guest stars in the movie. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, we fully expect that to change with Zach Cregger at the helm of the upcoming reboot. Early reactions indicate that the weapons director won't be sticking as close to games as initial reports suggested. A test screening for the movie was held recently, and while the feedback via World of Real was positive, Cregger's take is said to have practically nothing to do with the games. So that's even less than the Mila Jovovich movies, aside from a few Easter eggs and some recognizable monsters. Oh, boy. Early word is that Cregger hasn't just made another video game adaptation. He's delivered something lean, mean, and very confident. The runtime is 90 minutes. That's probably smart. And it's apparently all gas. Oh, man, poo. Oh, you mean speed. No brakes. The film is said to be almost entirely built around tension. One attendee I spoke to called it a horror version of Fury Road. The scope is also small and contained. Instead of a sprawling mythology, Cregger keeps the cast tight and the focus narrow. There's almost zero world building. Well, that's weird. Early reactions say it's far more cinematic than previous Resident Evil movies, and yet it's small. With strong visual framing and practical effects doing most of the work. As for the story, Scooper Mitch has shared a brief synopsis. Possible spoilers below, so if you don't want to hear all this, beat it. Anyway, the movie is said to be about a guy, Brian, played by Austin Abrams, sent to deliver a bag that he thinks has organs in it. Ew. Then he gets stuck in the ice on the way, hits a zombie lady, gets pulled over by the cops, gets chased by a dog, gets chased by zombies that turn out to be alien zombies. He then meets Paul Walter Hauser, who works for the Umbrella Corporation and has to go to Raccoon City, and then he has to get the cure up to the 28th floor of the main building. So maybe it is a bag of organs, but it contains the cure. I don't know. During a recent interview in the New York Times, Cregger said that he fully expects fans to crucify him if he does anything to alter the source material. I love the idea of being pitted against a world that is hell-bent on annihilating you. It just feels fun, and I haven't seen a movie that offers that sort of experience, he added. The last Resident Evil feature was Johannes Roberts, and I guess they did this, 47 Meters to Stranger. Welcome to Raccoon City, starring Kaya Scodelario as Claire Renfield, Hannah John Kamen as Jill Valentine, and Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield. It was not well received by fans or critics. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Anyway, more recently, a live-action Resident Evil series starring the late Lance Reddick, John Wick the Wire, as Albert Wesker, I know, if you know the character, was released on Netflix, and that was met with even worse reception. With this in mind, maybe straying from the source material isn't such a bad idea as long as Cregger delivers where these early adaptations failed. Well, yeah, but you see, after the Mila Jovovich films, and then you want to jump into some new ones, the idea after that one would be maybe do one that is closer to the source material. Otherwise, you're just you're, oh no, the mutant zombies and stuff. Oh no, the bad corporation. And it's the same thing. Well, you've pretty much seen it all. But if you take it to have more loyal and faithful adaptation to the video games, that seems like that would be your only option. Now, Cregger's a talented director. His Barbarian and Weapons, those are really cool horror films. I was surprised that they put him on this. But now hearing that, well, he's not going to do it like the video game. It's going to be really small. And I don't know. Maybe this is a one and done. And it's like, yeah, if you guys want to continue it, find somebody else. Because it's like, if it makes nods that the Raccoon City event happened and those characters exist there, so if you do a follow-up to it, you can tell that story that's more broad. Whereas this movie, as it says, doesn't do a lot of world building. Which, it's this huge video game franchise, yeah. But so it's a strange choice, but I imagine it's a cheaper one to do when you keep it small and tight. That just as a horror movie unto itself, but it'll just have the Resident Evil name on it. Is it really a Resident Evil story? Probably not. But yeah, I was kind of surprised at that. But I guess they thought, well, look, we did do the actual characters, and Lance Reddick's a great actor, but you just can't race swap your characters anymore. You really can't, and certainly not a major one like Wesker. So, yeah, it's too bad because, like, again, really like Lance Reddick. He was always good, but you get a whiff of that in any of these, like, especially franchise projects and stuff, and you think it's gonna be woke. Look what they did, but that's the only thing you did. And I don't know, the whole thing overall, nobody liked it. It died very quickly, so I'm assuming it was pretty bad. But that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't all that bad, but everybody just said, forget it. Looks like it's going to be woke. Looks like it's going to be woke. Was it? I don't know. But that's the problem. It's just a bad idea to do it. Years ago, there would always be not a main character for the most part, but every now and then there'd be some supporting character who was originally white and they'd make him black or what have you, or even gender swap a few. And yeah, you might get some eyes rolled and stuff, but the overall project was solid and it was okay. These days, they just do it all the time, and they really burned that out to the point that it's radioactive. Stop doing it. But then they got that Harry Potter show with the Black Snape, and I'm like, hey, you're stupid. The guy may be a fine actor, but you just can't read the room. Anyway, it's unfortunate. This case, I don't know. I think it's just it's more interesting just sell it as a Cregger horror movie because his horror movies are good. So this is probably a good movie. Is it a great Resident Evil movie? I don't know. It's almost like it's a side story to the overall Resident Evil story. Yeah. Well, whatever. They're gonna try again. So, and it's Cregger, Zach Cregger. So, yeah, it's probably good.